Hi guys, thank you for doing this. My first thing is this year's draft added two other sets of brothers in addition to you guys. So we got the Fords and the Philpots. How does it feel to be trendsetters?
I'll go first. I'll take it. I don't know. I'm still kind of taking it in a little bit. Camp and everything going on, we kind of been locked in on our business, but every now and then I get a reminder. We're staying together, and sometimes we're staying on the field next to each other, and it's a reminder of just how much of a blessing it is to be here with my brother. We've been, living our whole lives together and chasing this dream, and we've had our own journeys, but for them to come together at this point, um, you almost don't have words for it. So, like I said, I get little reminders, each day, and I see him out there when he's standing next to me, but it's a lot more work to be done. So just wait and see.
Awesome. I want to know, like, how do your loved ones feel? You know, your family, your friends, your parents, like, what is it like for them to see you both together?
I think it's just something that they've always thought about and dreamed about, especially with us only being 2 years apart in age. We've always talked about it, whether it's playing against each other, playing with each other. It was a moment that the family has looked for, but to have this blessing to play on the same team, I know they're excited. They don't have to pick and choose between whose game they're going to go to, whether it was in college or while he was in the pros and I was still in college. So I think it makes it easier for them as well. I just think they're just excited and can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, what's mom saying about all of it?
She's been tuning in, man. She's got her braces changed to blue, double blue, nails are double blue.
Outfits.
She's buying a bunch of double blue and getting the game together. They're doing a lot of planning for Joe 16. They can't wait to get up here. And they're just staying tuned into the social media. Every time she sees a slight 8 or 42 on the film, she's sending it in the family group chat. So the families, like you said, they're very excited. They just can't wait to see the product on the field.
That's awesome. Okay, so I want to know who is the most competitive between both you guys?
Me.
I would say him, but I think it's because he has the itch to beat me. As the big brother, I just lead by example, and I'll let him compete when he wants to compete, and I'll show him a lesson, and then I'll let him take that and then come back another time.
I would be that.
I love how you're being competitive about being competitive. Okay, I also wanted to ask you, like, DaShaun, obviously you're the big brother. So what kind of advice, have you been able to give during this whole experience?
It's really nothing different from before when we were younger, because I feel like it's the same thing. Being older and being the first out of the two to reach high school football and make a name for myself. Same thing for college. I told him a long time ago, just don't be known as my little brother. Make your own path, make your own name for yourself. So it's the same thing here. I've been here for a few years, and I've kind of made a name for myself here. Him coming in, it's the same thing. Don't come to the CFL and be known as DaShaun's little brother. Make your own way, make your own path, make a name for yourself, make plays, and everything else will come. So just be yourself is the best advice I can give.
And how are you liking Toronto? Like, what's the vibe like right now?
We haven't touched it just yet. Yeah, we haven't touched it just yet. We're here 12, so even here, like I said, we've been so locked in on our work that we haven't did any extracurricular activities other than going to Walmart to buy a few things. I think we went out to eat the first night we got here. But other than that, we've been in the dorms and we've been, like I said, locked in and just bringing our best self to work each day.
Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you. And my last question is just kind of like, what's your mindset going into tomorrow's game? Even though it's preseason, but we got some big rivals going. So what are your thoughts?
Win, do our job, treat it as if it's a championship game. That's how we will develop that championship mindset, that standard, just to keep that same have mindset already locked in. It doesn't just come once you're in the season, like, oh, these games count, or oh, we're just preseason games. If you build that now, I think that would start that foundation for what we want to be when that first game comes, especially with that bye week. Gives us time to really prepare and get ready. So we just got to take advantage of the opportunity to be able to make mistakes and it not hurt us too bad.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Next question from Mark Zwolinski from the Toronto Star.
Hey guys, thank you for your time. Just one quick thing. Growing up, obviously you're successful at football. Was there any other sport either one of you might have thought of pursuing, and how did that ever turn out?
Well, I was a big baseball kid. We actually went to 2 separate high schools because our home high school was one of the worst baseball teams in the area. So I transferred away from my home school to play baseball, and that was actually my best sport growing up. Up until my junior year, where my AAU team, my travel team fell apart, and some things happened with my high school coach to where football kind of took over as far as attention and being that leading sport for me to make a way for myself as an athlete.
What position did you play?
Center field.
That was
Just running everywhere.
Good stuff. Thank you, guys.
Next question from Nick Konorowski from Argonauts.ca.
Hey guys, first off, D'Angelo, I was just wondering, you guys kind of touched on some of the general advice that you share with each other just in life in general, but what about on the field and coming up to the CFL? What are some of the kind of maybe subtle things that you've maybe picked up as training camps gone on, going from, coming from down south to coming up here?
I think it started off at home before getting up here. It just experiences that he had that I haven't had yet. Coming to a new set of rules, one more person being on the field, different positions. It's been a lot of advice, taking in a lot of what he already knew from his experience and trying to use that to my advantage. And as we see stuff on the field, just little things, obviously knowing how each other play helps, so we know what we're probably thinking during this time, or if I see something that he may not see, I'll let him know, like, hey, this is kind of where you're pushing too much this way, you're doing this. He does the same thing for me. He knows my tendencies. He knows what I need to do if I need to slow my tempo down, speed it up. So it's just whatever we can see and help each other, not only just because we're brothers, but we're still on a team, but we got to help the rest of the guys.
And so even though you guys aren't twins, you kind of have that kind of like in sync where you're almost thinking each other's, kind of thinking the same thing on the field, or even like finish each other's sentences type of thing. Is it kind of like that sometimes?
He's still a wild card at times. I can't finish all of his sentences, but for the most part, we pretty much think alike. We know what each other thinking. We can kind of predict the next move before it happens. So I guess you could say we're closer to twins, but he actually has his own twins, so they're more alike than we are.
Oh wow, right on. That's pretty cool. And lastly, just for DaShaun, being in Calgary around Corey Mace, what's like, how would you kind of sum up Corey's defensive philosophy? Like, what sticks out about kind of the way he wants to play ball to you?
Well, I will first start off by saying I think the best way to get that answer will be June 16th when we put it on the field. But overall, he's been doing a great job of being a player coach. Giving us the tools and then giving us the freedom to work with it. We have a veteran group here on defense, so it's not really a big emphasis on teaching us the little things, the basics. It's more so about just giving us the tools, letting us be leaders to the young guys, letting us use the way that we play ball within the system, and learn one another, be able to gel together and put the product on the field. So. Like I said, the philosophy and the different things that he likes, whether he likes to play, more man zone and be more aggressive. We'll have to wait until the game to see, exactly how he goes with the Florida game. But like I said, he's been doing a great job of just giving us all the tools possible, putting us in different situations, and just allowing us to take that and run with it.
Awesome. Thank you very much, guys, and have a great game tomorrow.
Certainly.
Thank you, gentlemen. And remember, what we learned out of this is Virginia is a bad baseball state.